Welcome to the eCommerce Profits Podcast, where we feature top founders and experts in the e-commerce industry and take an in-depth look at the struggles and successes in growing e-commerce brands profitably.
Josh Shin here. I'm the host of the eCommerce Profits Podcast, where we feature top experts in the e-com industry, and we go behind the scenes of the struggles and successes in growing a brand. Now, this episode is brought to you by chronos.agency. If you're a direct-to-consumer e-com brand that's ready for next-level growth and to unlock the optimal customer lifetime value through email, Chronos is your company. We've helped brands like Truly Beauty, Elias Skin, The Udi, and many more generate over $70 million in revenue from email alone, and our clients get an average of 3,500% ROI from our efforts. Now, the next step is to email us at sales@chronos.agency to learn more, or you can go to chronos.agency to check out our website. Today's guest is Vince Wang, the CEO and co-founder of a customizable gifts company focused on helping their customers create special moments with their loved ones. Now, Vince has been an e-com entrepreneur for most of his adult life. He lives out in California with his girlfriend and business partner, Amy, and Rari the Corgi. Vince, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, man.
Let's start with your background, how you ended up in e-commerce, specifically e-commerce entrepreneurship. I think a lot of people are interested in how you, at the age of 18, bought an Audi R8.
Yeah.
What was that story?
Long story, dude. I guess we can start it back when I was really looking for a lot of things to do while I was in high school. So backstory a little bit. Our family never really had any money growing up. Dad, mom had a divorce. And basically, we ended up in a very hard financial state. So I had to kind of figure out how to make things work. And I was trying a lot of different things back then. I was like, the first thing I tried was like, I think it was SEO and website building. Oh no, it was real estate investing back then. It was I was so lost back in the day. I was 15 years old, and I was trying to co-sign or I guess you can say real estate wholesaling. So basically contract like properties at a lower rate and then sell it to investors, and then make the difference. I was trying to do that at 15, and I really quickly realized that I wasn't able to do it because I'm just really young. So I kind of like dabbled in a couple of things and started going onto the online, world, started doing like thoughts and SEO, website building, and then started doing like website building for like hair salons and stuff like that. And then I kind of ended up getting into the marketing realm just somehow because I was, I had clients that were paying me for website building and also, managing social media. And then I started venturing towards the paid media side of things, which is where kind of the whole e-commerce side blew up. I met a couple of people that were doing it and through YouTube and Google, and kind of reached out and started following people who are doing it. And eventually I started getting pretty good at figuring out how to media buy and drop ship and find like suppliers, build my own store. Like I already had experience building my own stores before. So yeah, I mean, by the time I was like still in high school, like 17 years old, it just really took off for us. Like, I honestly didn't even know how it all happened. It happened so quickly. Like back in the day, like I was like, not good looking. I didn't have that many friends. Like people didn't really like me. And then all of a sudden end up, making enough money to buy a supercar at 18. So I don't know, things changed really quickly, but yeah, that's kind of basically how I originally got into e-commerce. And yeah, I've been here since like 2014, 2015. That's when I kind of started. So it's been like 6-7 years now. So it's been a long time.
Definitely been a long time. I mean, 6-7 years is definitely a long time. And even longer time considering how old you are. You're 23, 22.
22 right now, yes.
22 this year. What has been different? If I spoke to Vince when he was 18 versus right now speaking to you, what would be different?
When I was 18, I thought I knew it all. That's probably the biggest difference. Now, if you ask me about anything, I'm like, dude, I don't really know that much because I've truly experienced being around people who really know their shit very well, um, and realizing how big the industry is. And it's really been humbling for the last couple of years, realizing that, like, there's a lot more there to learn. And I think when I was 18, I was really cocky, super know-it-all. And yeah, I thought I was on top of the world because, like, I was driving like a supercar to high school, and I thought, like, I was going to be a millionaire in a couple of weeks, and just like stupid shit like that. But yeah, eventually things dawned on me, and I realized that yeah, there's a huge game of business out there, and I was just like barely scratching the surface. So yeah, I think that's probably the biggest difference, and I feel like I've adopted more of a student mindset since then, really just learning.
Very interesting. And you transitioned from running multiple dropshipping stores back in the day to today building an incredible brand. Tell me about the struggle in making that transition from just selling cool, interesting gadgets online to building an actual brand.
Yeah, so like a lot of people right now, when it was in 2017, I realized that drop shipping was getting pretty competitive, and quite challenging to consistently make money through it. I was still doing pretty good, but I was realizing it was going to get harder. And generic products are very easily copied, and resold at a lower price. Amazon was playing a huge role in undercutting some of our biggest winners. So yeah, I was trying to figure out the next biggest move for us. And at that time, I was already running I started another, like, I had multiple stores at the same time, but one of the stores was specifically geared towards gifting, and especially customized gifting. So I had this brand that was already poised to a certain niche, and I just took it and pretty much built like an entire brand around it, kind of a story, which is true. I know, like, there's a lot of like brands that start out there that like aren't really like the most truthful, but like, yeah, we really went direct to the truth for the brand, and we kind of built an entire supply chain specifically dedicated towards the products that we're selling. Like, the products that we sell, we spent like 50 grand on R&D and 6 months of time, like, building these products. And we really went hard on creating something that people didn't have, and, was very difficult to replicate. Like, like we signed a warehouse. We bought like $250,000 of equipment. We spent like 50K on R&D and 6 months of time. And like, before we sold a single unit of our product. So it was very like a huge flip. Like, it was before, it was like, drop shipping is kind of like a cash cow. And then it went to the reverse, like the ultimate reverse. Like, we put in like almost like, $300,000-400,000 into building the foundation for a brand. And yeah, I mean, as soon as we launched, we did our first the first month we launched, we did 6 figures. And it's been consistently going up from there. And especially because COVID, it's been really actually helped a lot of e-commerce business owners. And we definitely felt that as well. But yeah, man, it was just a weird transition. I thought I thought dropshipping was going to be for everything. And then when it wasn't, then I kind of realized that I needed to, create something that was more sustainable and something that I think that is truly a lot more fun to run, because the dropshipping, I feel like, is it's very robotic. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of basically the story of that one.
Talking about fun, what do you find most fun and enjoyable about building your brand?
It's really hard, man. It's actually very difficult because, as a dropshipper, I think, there's so many things that dropshippers don't touch on a day-to-day basis, like supply chain, logistics, production. Like, we are combo manufacturer slash co-packer slash fulfillment center, and the whole online store, like the marketing and sales for everything as well. So like, I feel like dropshippers, you don't really see that part of it, but when you try to start a brand, I mean, we really went hard on it. Like we really made it hard on ourselves. We could have just sold like, I don't know, like a toothpaste or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
but we really went out of our way to make everything customized. So like every order for us is different. So we really built a business model that was really challenging. So going from drop shipping to like literally building the most difficult production chain, like out of at least my peer group, of brand owners. Yeah, it was very challenging, but I wouldn't have any other way. I think that's the reason why we're hedging against the risk of other people coming in and doing the same thing, because it is just that difficult. Like if a big company wanted to basically do what we're doing right now, they would spend probably at least $1 million in like at least 6 months of time refining the system before they kind of would be even a competitor in the market. Just because it's that difficult to produce the product. So yeah, that's pretty much the biggest struggle with, at least from transitioning, and also building a team has been incredibly difficult for me recently. Um, I think as solo dropshippers, like you just like scale ads and that's it. Like you don't like do other, like you don't really have like that much need to like build a huge team, but like we really have needed to build a very strong team. And so my job recently has just been trying to figure out how to manage our team. This is one of the books that I've been reading on my desk right here. Traction. Very good book. And so I'm just trying to like optimize a lot of things. And I have like a bunch of these books just sitting on my desk, like this one, Four Obsessions of an Extroverted Executive, Patrick Lencioni. Just like stuff like that. I'm just reading, trying to educate myself on how to truly build a good team. Yeah, that's kind of the two biggest struggles that we've dealt with so far. Yeah, it's been like 3 years since we started.
That's really interesting. Now, we were talking about a little bit before we hit record. You recently invested in a 5,000 square foot warehouse opposite your existing office. The logistics part of the business, by far, based on what I have seen as well, is probably the most complex. And I guess the word to use is risky, because there are just so many parts in that chain of producing that one product that can break and go wrong, because everything is customizable. Everything is different. Every single order is made. Basically, everything is made to order. How do you overcome that? The challenge of, well, number one, human error. What are some of the processes that you put in place to overcome that?
Yeah, so on the online side, we process digital files all day long. That's like our biggest, I guess, processing for orders, at least on the digital side. So, we have to process what customer sends us at a very efficient rate. Like that's a turnaround that's almost like a software. We've tried to develop our own software. We've invested almost $50,000 into our own operating system to be able to capture people's uploads directly to us and transfer it to a printable PDF file, so that our production team can then go ahead and process that file onto our product and then proceed to hand assembly and finishing. So it's really challenging. We have a team of like 30 employees just processing orders on a day-to-day basis.
Wow.
And yeah, I mean, honestly, the biggest reason why I feel like we've been able to do this is that we've had a tremendous leader step up in our team. Her name is Anna, but I don't know if she's ever going to be watching this. But yeah, she's been great for our team. Like, just I think one of the things that I've read in a couple of books recently is like delegate your tasks, but also elevate people who've done well. So we've done a good job in our team that we elevate people who've done well. So this particular individual has been with us for like 2-ish, almost 3 years here now. She's just been great. And so just having good people on your team has been tremendously, I guess the biggest reason why we've been able to do such a customized product at a decently efficient rate without completely exploding the business. And so yeah, that's only on the online side. And then we have our hand assembly here in the US. That's very challenging as well. Very, very intensive, not COVID, like very difficult with COVID. Like, um, it was extremely challenging through this last year, but we made it work. And yeah, about the warehouse that we just acquired in front of us. Yeah, I mean, it's just because we knew we had to expand because we're up like 400% this year so far from last year, and yeah, it's just we knew with the growth that we're experiencing right now, we definitely needed a new space. We were running out of space to store inventory, like just of raw goods, because we're a manufacturer, right? So we just our raw goods alone is like pallets and pallets and pallets of like material. So yeah, I mean, we're going to separate our warehouses to hand assembly and storage so that it's less risky to drive a forklift around. Um, but yeah, it's just it's been very challenging for the most part. But yeah, it's we do our best because we have good people on our team, and hopefully we get more good people on our team eventually.
Congrats, man, dude. Vince, I've been there since the start. Seeing you grow, it's incredible. It's been amazing. But I have a question. So before you invested, that amount of money, like you spent like probably 300-400 grand before even launching the first, before even selling the first product. Um, did you, what was going through your mind in that process? Did you have already had some calculations mapped out that, yeah, 300-400 grand, but we're going to make that back in X amount of money. The payback period is this much. Was there at least some accounting or calculations then?
Yeah. So my thought process was there's a company that does a similar product to us, similar but not exact.
Right.
And we really took a lot of time studying their business model. And what I knew was if I could at least manage on the production side and figure out how the production works, we could outsell them 10 to 1 unit, like for sure, 10 times their size. It was because we look at what they were doing on marketing end and what they were doing to drive traffic. And we really studied their business and we realized that they suck at marketing, but yet they're like a multi 8-figure company. So, and they're the only company in the entire world that sells this particular product. So we were just like, okay, well, we'll just kind of modify it and make it better. We spent months and months and months of testing, R&D hours like crazy. And yeah, I mean, as soon as we saw that final product, we were like, this is going to work. Like I already knew it. Like I had a gut feeling. My business partner, Amy, we had a gut feeling. Yeah, I mean, when we saw it, it was just like, all right, well, the only step is forward now. And so we made the jump. It was extremely scary. And, we just knew that if we made the jump and if everything worked out, then everything would be fine. But obviously, like we didn't 100% know if we were going to do well, but we had a good feeling. So it wasn't that difficult to kind of make everything work. Once we saw the product, because I feel like when you start a brand, really, it's all about the product. It's really about making sure that the customer really, really sees the difference between your product and any other product. And so for us, it was like, all right, we're really, truly going out of the way to make this like our product. And I can say with very good confidence, our product is way better than our competitor that we originally were trying to mimic. And our marketing is way better than theirs. So that's kind of what our advantage is. And we went into it like hard. So yeah, I mean, we're still trying to iron out a lot of things on our part, but we just knew that, if we could do it better, we would win. And that's kind of what we are right now.
That is fascinating. And we spoke a little bit about rituals and routines. I would suppose, and I'm assuming here, but your lifestyle in the past, when you were 18 and what it is now, like even comparing against pre-COVID, is probably a little bit different. just
Yeah,
because of
for
the
sure.
nature of the business that you've been building. Um, and you spoke about eating Chipotle pretty much every single day. Uh, what other quirks or routines do you have that most people would be surprised about?
Um, I'm honestly a really simple guy. Like I have like 10 of these black shirts, like literally that I just throw on every single day. Like my closet is filled with like dark t-shirts that I
Built?
just wear. Yeah,
Is that a brand?
yeah, literally just built shirts. Funny thing is, I actually went to their warehouse a week ago to kind of buy more shirts. But yeah, they're
Wow.
running a crazy operations. Props to them. They're killing it. So yeah, honestly, I wish our operations were that easy because then when I saw the inside of their warehouse, it was just storage racking and a pick and pack table. For us, it's like production equipment, like everything, like electrical, that's crazy. And then like a hand assembly lines, like it's ridiculous. So yeah, I really, I'm a simple guy. Yeah, wake up, eat Chipotle, crank it out,
That's
put
your
on my white shirt.
breakfast?
No, actually, I think in the morning, it's either a protein shake in the morning or a bolo bao for me. Um, that's kind of my morning, and then yeah, just cranking through the day. But honestly, I think I have a lot to improve on my morning routine. I think there's a lot of consistency issues with me. I'm more of like I like to be a little bit spontaneous with my stuff, but then it's challenging to be spontaneous when you're growing a company. You really need to be like very dialed in on a routine. So that's something I need to get a little bit better on for sure. Yeah, I mean, overall, pretty simple though. Like, I don't drink, I don't party, I don't go out. Like, I just like, all I do is eat bolo baos and drink protein shakes. I work out twice a week. Um, that's pretty much it, honestly. And eat Chipotle.
Okay. What's next for you in the next 3 years?
So yeah, we're starting a logistics division in our company. What we realize as a gift company that is we're very seasonal. Um, and we have so many employees that are very good people. And running a two-in challenge right now that, we have so many good, talented people that work for us. But when we're not busy, like during non-seasonal times, non-giftable times, which is like 8 months of the year, we lack a lot of the work to give to these people. So obviously, if you're not working, then you get fired, or you get laid off. But we don't want to do that. So we're opening a logistics arm in our company to help other companies fulfill products because we were running our warehouse for one of the most difficult products ever. And I'm pretty sure we're confident that we can run at least a third party logistics company pretty easily for e-commerce brands. But yeah, I think it will really help us grow to the next level, especially since we have a lot of production inefficiencies and capabilities that we wish we had, but we don't have because we can't grow that. We don't have a big enough space and we don't have enough employees. So yeah, I mean, I think that'll be the next thing for sure. And then once that's all settled, we have our own brand, and then we have a logistics arm. Then we just start another brand. Like honestly, we'll just go hard on it again. Like just really go hard on R&D, and build the right team. Um, and yeah, I think it's pretty easy, honestly. When I feel like once you've done it once, it's pretty much a rinse and repeat kind of game. Obviously not exactly the same, but um, I think most brands need or people who want to open a brand, they really need to understand the upfront investment like very clearly. Regardless of what you're doing, I think investing money and time into building a truly different and good product is going to be the game changer. Um, and yeah, I mean, we're just going to pump out these brands, create cool shit. And, yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Cause that's I think at least the next 3 years, we'll have another brand for sure, or a handful, like two to three at least. Um, if not 5 or more. That'd be pretty cool. And then going on and acquiring other brands as well. That's also another thing I've been dabbling into. I have a lot of mentors of mine that are in the mergers and acquisition game, that they just like look for poorly run brands and they kind of just go and acquire them for, pennies on the dollar and turn them around. So yeah, that's kind of the game plan. I'm in ecom forever. Like this is the industry that I chose, and I'll be doing ecom to the day I die, unless I don't know, like a car hits me tomorrow.
So what are some of the brands that you look up to, that you feel, yeah, they do a great job? It's like, well, an example would be Built t-shirts.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of brands I look up to. In every industry, there's always a couple of brands that I follow along closely. And man, I'm tempted to name a lot of my friends' brands, but I don't know if they'd be cool naming them. So, because I honestly have seen the back end of what they're doing and how hard they work and their team that's behind it, and I really want to say it, but like I can't. So I don't think it'd be fair to my founder friends. But yeah, I think there's a lot. I'm gonna say Built for sure, as we've already previously mentioned, because I'm literally wearing their shirt right now. Like, you see their shirt right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we can talk about Secret Lab. We were just talking about Secret Lab earlier.
Oh yeah,
they built a really good brand stuff for sure. I don't know if they're the most comfortable chair. There's a lot of conspiracy about that. But they've definitely built a true following. Their growth has been ridiculous. Like going from like Singaporean base to like basically worldwide. Like every esport gaming like event is like running with Secret Lab chairs. Like we have a B2B arm as well. We have a B2B B2B and B2B deals that come through the door as well for our products.
Government, interesting.
But not at this level, like Secret Labs level. We've done a lot of big deals recently, in the last like 6 months. We're trying to expand that arm as well for us on the B2B side. But yeah,
is that a department in your company that does that, or are you running that?
Right now, I'm personally running it.
Okay.
I'm looking to hire a sales director in our company for that. We're really going to go hard. Once we figure out our operational capacity, right now we're at the cap. We cannot produce our product faster in a more efficient way. Like as of right now, where we can handle additional volume. Like we already can't handle. We've been thousands and thousands of orders behind ever since October. So we really can't handle any more orders. So what we're doing right now is creating internal growth through our company, hiring more people, getting more warehouse space, buying more equipment, buying more shelving, stuff like that. We just really went hard on internal operational growth. And then once we have that, then we'll go hire the best sales manager or sales director that we can find that money can buy, and bring them on. And I think that's when we'll hit like we're gonna near 8 figures this year. We're in between 7 to 8 million this year, probably nearing 8, almost 10 million this year.
Amazing,
but we'll see how that goes. And then trying to with the B2B division of our company opening up soon, and having a sales leader lead that department, I think we'll go from like near 8 figures to like mid 50 million probably really quickly. It's just because wholesale is so easy. Like one deal is like 6 figures. So like, it's really like all the deals that we've done, like multiple deals in the last 6 months. One deal is like 6 figures. So like, let's say you have 5 deals, that's $500,000. It's pretty easy to get to doing millions and millions of dollars of B2B deals eventually. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of where we're at right now. I think in the next upcoming years, we're gonna have it like we're kind of like our trajectory for our growth of our company has been like up, and it's plateaued because of operational capacity. And then once we figure out this, it's going to be like up again. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know. I kind of got sidetracked there, man.
That's good, man. That's super exciting. Now, last question. What are some of the, you mentioned a couple of books right now, but what are some of the books that have been super impactful in your journey in the past 4 years of building this brand?
Man, I've had a lot of books that have been really good. Principles by Ray Dalio has probably been the best read of my entire life. I think that's honestly the best book ever written that I've had the opportunity to read. You see, my library is right back there, so I'm just gonna like peek over there. I have a lot of good books. E-Myth was really good.
Yeah.
E-Myth is really good. Blue Ocean Strategy. Mastery by Robert Greene. There's a lot of Power of Habit. Dude, honestly, most of the books on my shelf are like really legendarily good. This book, right, Attraction, that I'm reading right now.
Traction.
Yeah,
you're pretty.
I have a couple of books that I'm reading here, like how to be a great boss, like like this. I'm just like going through a lot of stuff, but yeah, I mean, books have been my life recently. I really like reading. I wish I had more time to read.
So you read every single day?
No, I don't. I wish. Probably once to max twice a week. I spend time like 3 to 5, like usually on weekends. Like this weekend, I spent like 4 to 6 hours reading. Really going through it. And yeah, I mean, that's been my routine. I always try to do just-in-time knowledge. So knowledge that I really need right now. So like, right, I'm really trying to build a legendary team, like the best team in the world. Like, because what I've realized is in order to run a great company, you have to have great people. And so I have been trying my best to educate myself on how to build the best team possible and how to build operational structure for a team and how to keep people accountable. Stuff that's like never ever have I really been focused on, but recently it's been my biggest challenge because we've hired people that were the wrong fit. We've hired people that I thought were going to be great and then were failing miserably. Wasted tens of thousands of dollars, wasted in actual cost of salary, and then hundreds of thousands of dollars of opportunity because they didn't do their job right. And then they built systems that I had no idea like they did, and like I had to scrap all of it. Like, and it's just because of my own incompetency for leading people and teams. So yeah, I've been really trying to get better at that. So yeah, just-in-time knowledge right now is team building and operational, I guess, internal operational growth.
Gotcha. Awesome. Vince, if people listening are interested to connect with you, how should they reach out? How can they reach out?
I'm pretty like low key nowadays. I used to have like a social media account that I post recently on like every day, but I haven't posted on Instagram in like 2 years. I used to have a YouTube channel. Like I posted like there, like not like 3 years, like probably longer than 3 years ago. But if anyone wants to contact me, just DM me on Instagram. I'm at Vince Wang. You can just find me there. That's probably the best way. Yeah, that's gonna be it.
Awesome, Vince. Thank you so much for being on the show.
No, thank you, man.
Thanks for listening to the eCommerce Profits Podcast. We'll see you again next time, and be sure to click subscribe to get notified of future episodes.